What message should art have? How do national boundaries affect art? Who gets to decide how to define these themes?
Globalized world has facilitated, technology has facilitated a much more rapid exchange of ideas across cultures and across national boundaries and across class and ethnicity and even gendered boundaries, so that I think artists particularly all over the world are very drawn towards experimenting with forms that are not perhaps their own indigenous forms. And this has led on, in the level of music, theater, and certainly literature, to, I think, a hybridization of forms, techniques, and subject matter also, because a lot of artists and writers, of course, are crossing national boundaries. They're becoming citizens, like you and I, for example, of other countries very far removed from their birthlands. And so we are in many ways very fortunate. We are enriched with so many different influences on us. And so that puts us in a position where we can, in fact, as artists, as writers, as intellectuals, as activists, really draw upon this sort of rich world of experience out there.
Dr. Fawzia Afzal-Khan bridges cultural boundaries daily through her lectures, writing, poetry, and performance art. In this video, she performs a poem she wrote dealing with the division of masculinity and the feminine.
Ode, I see, Odyssey. When blood curdles to speckle the surface of skin's disease, who can say how deep the mottled hue lies in the underbelly of the bees, sacrificed annually? A rite of passage entering the new year. With tears and screams of self-flagellation, exotic blood of beautiful boys bursts through the chains of mothers and lovers, deep inside somewhere. Lost to this manly ritual of torture on display.
Do you think art has a message?
Well, I don't think that art should have a message that it wears on its sleeve, because then it wouldn't be art, then it should be called something else, you know, a political tract, for example. But I think that certainly I believe in art, or a vision of art that is linked to life. And if it's linked to life and it's linked to the person who is raised in a particular way and has her own ideas about, you know, things going on around her, and has experienced life in a particular way, has something to say, it will come out in that artistic vision. So to that degree, I think all art is perhaps political, if we think of politics in a much broader way than as a narrow kind of propaganda.
Fawzia Afzal-Khan was born, raised, and educated in Lahore, Pakistan. It is this country that is known for its earthquakes, flooding, infectious diseases, and yet its rich culture of music, festivals, and architecture. Afzal-Khan became a key member of this culture early on, and was the winner of the Best All-Pakistan Classical Vocalist Award in the late 1970s. Although she earned her bachelor's degree at Punjab University in India and her PhD at Tufts University in Massachusetts, she remains devoted to her ethnic culture. In addition to working as a full professor at Montclair State University in New Jersey, she also sings, performs art, writes plays, poetry, and essays on Muslim, Arabic, and gender studies.
In my own work, certainly because I've been exposed to both sides, I try to do that as a scholar, I try to do it as an artist, as a poet, and I feel very fortunate. On my good days, of course on my bad days I feel like, oh my God, I'm cut up into so many different pieces, but I think it's a wonderful thing to have access to, and I think that if we can draw on the strengths of humanity wherever it exists, that we can maybe challenge some of these rigid, narrow ideas of a sort of chauvinistic nature, that this is pure and this is impure. I mean, I'd like to go beyond.